She emailed her professors saying there'd been a death in the family. But there wasn't. She emptied her bank account, packed her belongings, and vanished into the icy woods of New Hampshire. 18 years later, no one knows where she went, or why. This is one of the most chilling and heavily dissected unsolved mysteries in America. The 2004 disappearance of 21-year-old Maura Murray has spawned documentaries, Reddit threads, private investigations, and endless speculation. But after all this time, one truth remains. No one has ever seen Maura since the night her car crashed on a remote stretch of Route 112. This is the breakdown and analysis of one of America's most perplexing cold cases. Who was Maura Murray? Maura Murray wasn't just another face on a missing poster. She was a bright, athletic, and ambitious young woman with a promising future. At 21 years old, she was a nursing student at UMass Amherst College and a former West Point cadet, later transferred to UMass. Her hobbies included track and field, hiking, and skiing. She was one of 5 children of a close-knit Catholic household family. Described as intelligent, shy, and driven, but complex and secretive. Maura was known for excelling under pressure. But in the weeks before her disappearance, cracks began to show. She exhibited certain strange behaviors before her disappearance. Several unsettling events unfolded in the days leading up to February 9, 2004. 1. The car crash at UMass, February 5. Maura crashed her father's new Toyota Corolla. She had been drinking, though police didn't cite her. Her father, Fred, later described her as visibly shaken. 2. Mysterious emails to professors, February 9. Maura emailed her professors and work supervisors claiming there was a death in the family, and that she'd be gone for a week. But no such death had occurred. 3. Online searches. MapQuest printouts of New Hampshire and Vermont. She booked a hotel room in Bartlett, New Hampshire, but never checked in. She searched for places to stay near the White Mountains. 4. Bank and phone activity. She withdrew nearly all her bank account funds, about $280. Bought alcohol and snacks. Called a number related to a condo rental in Vermont. One couldn't help but ask, what exactly was she planning? Getaway? A breakdown? Or something far darker? Let's look at the timeline reconstruction of the night she disappeared. February 9, 2004, Haverhill, New Hampshire. At about 3:30 p.m., Maura emails her professors. At about 3:40 p.m., she calls for information about a lodging spot. Between 4 to 5 p.m., she packs her car with toiletries, clothes, and school books. At about 7:27 p.m., Maura crashes her black Saturn on Route 112 near Woodsville, New Hampshire. Here are some important facts about the crash scene. A local bus driver, Butch Atwood, stopped to help. Maura insisted she had already called AAA. But she hadn't. There was no cell service there. Atwood called police at 7:43 p.m. When officers arrived at 7:46 p.m., Maura was gone. No footprints in the snow leading into the woods to suggest she had walked. Her car was locked. The airbags had deployed. Wine and alcohol were found, some spilled in the car. That 3-minute window remains one of the most puzzling gaps in this case. The initial response and investigation. From the outset, the handling of Maura's disappearance was plagued by confusion, procedural missteps, and assumptions that may have cost investigators precious time. There was delayed classification of the case. Initially, Maura was treated as a runaway rather than a missing person. This delayed the issuance of a statewide BOLO, be on the lookout. Authorities didn't secure the car or crash site as a crime scene immediately. And the search efforts? The first major search began days later with volunteers, canines, helicopters, and thermal imaging. A tracking dog followed a scent trail 100 yards east down the road, then lost it. Some speculate Maura may have entered another vehicle. No footprints were found in the snow suggesting she walked into the woods. She vanished from the road like a ghost. No tracks. No signs of a struggle. Nothing. The physical evidence at the scene are as follows. The car and what was inside has generated years of speculation. The Saturn was damaged, front end was badly smashed. The radiator was cracked. The car was undrivable. Airbags were deployed, suggesting a significant impact. Windshield was cracked. No keys and no wallet were ever recovered. Inside the car, a box of wine was present. Some bottles had been opened. A Coke bottle with red liquid inside smelled of alcohol. Maura's schoolbooks, nursing supplies and personal toiletries were neatly packed. But the strange item missing was her cell phone and bank card were gone and never used again after that night. No blood was found at the scene. The driver's seat was adjusted for someone shorter than Maura, some say. Was she alone in the car? Was someone else driving? The case grew colder with each passing week. And as investigators struggled for leads, a series of confusing suspects and red herrings emerged. 1. The boyfriend, Bill Roche, an Army lieutenant stationed in Oklahoma at the time, allegedly left disturbing voicemails pleading with Maura to pick up. He flew to New Hampshire to assist in the search. Reports of controlling behavior surfaced in later years. Some online theorists suspect he may have known more than he shared, but no solid evidence has ever tied him to her disappearance. 2. The bus driver, Butch Atwood, last known person to see Maura, said she appeared shaken but not injured. He lived nearby but wasn't extensively questioned until later. Some find it suspicious that Maura would reject help and lie about calling AAA. Others note that Butch was cooperative and passed a polygraph. 3. The tandem driver theory. Some suggest Maura was not driving alone. That a second driver might have been involved, either helping her flee or possibly causing harm. The absence of clear tracks in the snow supports this claim. After nearly 2 decades, the case has fractured into multiple camps, each clinging to one theory over another. Here are the most persistent theories and their flaws. Theory 1 suggests that she walked into the woods and died of exposure. Maura, drunk and possibly concussed, wandered into the woods and died. Her body was never found due to terrain or animal activity. Flaws. No footprints, clothing, or remains were found despite extensive searches. Dogs didn't track her scent into the woods. Theory 2 suggests that she was picked up by a stranger and murdered. That a passing motorist may have taken advantage of Maura's vulnerable state. She could have accepted a ride and met foul play. Flaws. Route 112 is sparsely populated. Very few cars pass through at night. No witnesses saw another vehicle in the area besides Butch Atwood's bus. Theory 3 Voluntary disappearance. Maura staged her own disappearance to escape personal or academic pressure. She had a history of withdrawing under stress. Supporting points. 1. Lied to professors about a family death. 2. Emptied her bank account. 3. Researched lodging in remote areas. Flaws. No evidence she was planning a long-term escape. She left behind all ID and financial tools needed to survive. Theory 4. Suicide. Under pressure from school, legal trouble, or personal issues, she may have taken her life. Flaws. No body was found, no suicide note or suicide plan has ever surfaced. She packed clothing, textbooks, and toiletries, not typical behavior of someone planning to die. Investigative mishandling and red flags. The public has long criticized law enforcement's handling of this case. 1. Slow response. Crucial hours were lost under the runaway assumption. 2. Evidence preservation issues. The car was towed and released without thorough forensics early on. 3. Lack of transparency. For a couple of years, Maura's case file was sealed and inaccessible. The investigation has been more opaque than enlightening, said one private investigator hired by the family. As traditional investigative efforts stalled, a new force emerged: the online true crime community. Maura's case became one of the first major cold cases crowdsourced and dissected online. Key online platforms used are Reddit r/Maura Murray, Web Sleuths forums, YouTube breakdowns, dedicated podcasts and documentaries. These sleuths analyzed cell tower data, terrain maps, sightings, timeline gaps, witness interviews, vehicle damage assessments. Their collective obsession helped keep the case in public consciousness, but it also spawned conspiracy, misinformation, and harassment, even of Maura's family. It's like watching a cold case unfold in real time. But it's also easy to fall into rabbit holes that lead nowhere. One user posted in a 2016 thread, "The following are major updates and new leads." Over the years, investigators made several new attempts, but each yielded more mystery than closure. 1. The 2017 dig in a basement. A homeowner near the crash site allowed police to dig up their basement after ground-penetrating radar showed a disturbance. A cadaver dog allegedly showed interest in the same area. The result? No remains were found. 2. Phone records and ping data. Maura's last cell phone ping came from an area far from the crash site, which further muddied the location she may have traveled to. Some theorized that she wasn't even in the car when it crashed. 3. Fred Murray's lawsuit. Maura's father sued New Hampshire for access to case files. He accused the police of withholding evidence and failing to follow up on leads. "Somebody knows something. You don't just vanish like that," Fred said during a 2018 interview. 4. The 2021 to 2022 cold case refresh. The New Hampshire Cold Case Unit began re-evaluating the case with fresh eyes and new technology. The FBI also got involved, updating the DNA profile database for any potential matches and unidentified remains. As of now, no breakthroughs have been made public. This case has been haunted by lots of unanswered questions. The Maura Murray case isn't just puzzling. It's full of lingering inconsistencies that defy logic. 1. Why lie about a family death? What was so urgent she had to flee? 2. Why choose such an isolated location? She wasn't known to have strong ties in northern New Hampshire. 3. Why reject help from the bus driver? Was she scared or expecting someone else? 4. Why was there no trace of her after 3 minutes? No blood, no prints, no scream, no signal. 5. Why take wine and toiletries if she planned to die or vanish permanently? Her actions suggest short-term travel, not finality. It's like a novel with missing pages, one documentary producer noted. You keep reading, but something critical was ripped out of the middle. Let's now look at some wild theories and dark conspiracies about this case. As with many unsolved cases, the lack of resolution has given rise to more bizarre theories, including 1. The A-frame house theory. A now abandoned house near the crash site had a blood-stained carpet. Some believe Maura was taken there and killed. Police searched the house. Nothing conclusive was found. 2. The tandem vehicle setup. Some believe she was part of a two-car plan, and after the crash she was picked up by an accomplice. Why was there no cell service, yet she told Butch she had called AAA? Did someone plan to meet her? 3. The she's alive theory. Many believe Maura staged everything and started a new life. Citing her disciplined nature and early signs of distress, some say she could have succeeded in disappearing. Flaws. How would she survive without financial tools? Why hasn't she contacted anyone, even anonymously? No confirmed sightings in 20 years. 4. Serial killer involvement. The Connecticut River Valley area has a dark history of women vanishing or being murdered in similar rural settings. Was Maura a victim of a predator that no one saw coming? Why is this case still unsolved? Unsolved cases typically remain cold due to 1. Lack of witnesses. 2. Poor evidence preservation. 3. No body found or confirmed foul play. 4. Incomplete digital footprints. But in Maura's case, it's also due to something deeper. A perfect storm of confusion, silence, and a fragile timeline. No one saw her walk away. No camera caught her movements. No one came forward with a clean explanation. Her disappearance occurred in a pre-digital surveillance era, before smartphones, GPS history, and 24/7 tracking. Had it happened today, she might have been found within hours. So what really happened? Theory 1. A planned escape gone wrong. Maura was overwhelmed by her life, facing potential disciplinary actions at school and personal issues. She planned a solo trip to decompress, but after crashing she fled to avoid trouble only to encounter something, or someone worse. Theory 2. She was met by a second party. Maura might have been meeting someone, romantic or otherwise. The crash could have been incidental. Afterward, she got in another vehicle, willing or unwillingly. From there, the trail went dark. Theory 3. A split-second decision ended everything. She panicked. Maybe due to alcohol, confusion, or injury, she darted into the woods. But this is the least supported, given the snow, terrain, and lack of tracks. The legacy and impact of this case. Maura's case changed how cold cases are treated in the internet age. Her family kept the pressure on authorities. Her story became a case study in amateur investigations. Podcasts like Missing Maura Murray and shows like Disappeared turned her into a symbol of the vanished girl next door. And still, no answers. What do you think really happened to Maura Murray that night? Was this a case of misadventure or something more sinister? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's break this case open together. Our hearts go out to the Murray family, who have carried the weight of Maura's disappearance with strength, grace, and unyielding love. For 2 decades, they have sought truth in a silence that never answered back. As we reflect on this case, we honor not just the mystery but the people behind it, their pain, their perseverance, and the daughter, sister, and soul they continue to search for. May answers one day come. Until then, Maura is not forgotten. Like, share, and subscribe and help break down the mystery.